Welcome to Timekeeping. This show will attempt to chronicle year-by-year changes to Disneyland Paris, from the excitement of a new ride opening to the minutiae of a store changing names. Join us as we celebrate 30 years of the resort. On April 1st, 1992, the Mont-la-Vallée RER regional train station would open. This station links the tourist destination to the rest of France. Disneyland Paris would now be accessible from the city in just 35 minutes. On April 10th, 1992, Euro Disney's 6 uniquely themed hotels and dazzling entertainment center, Festival Disney, or later the Disney Village, were officially opened during an invitation-only, star-studded event. The Disneyland Hotel would be dedicated on Saturday morning, April 11th. A few speeches, a ceremonial ribbon cutting, and a small interactive show would mark the opening of each Disney hotel. In all, some 100 performers were involved in the evening's entertainment. At Disney's Hotel Cheyenne, spirited square dancers and Disney characters staged a Western hoedown. At Hotel Santa Fe, a dance group, arriving in 1957 Chevrolets, rocked to the sounds of La Bamba and other legendary tunes. At Disney's Newport Bay Club, crooners sang pop standards, mostly from the Great American Songbook, backed by an elegant seaside dance band. At Disney's Sequoia Lodge, loggers gathered to play the violin or banjo around a crackling fire. At Disney's Hotel New York, people could enjoy performances of The Temptations and The Four Tops. All through the evening, champagne was served on the borders of Lake Buena Vista, and the hotels provided invitees with a wide range of culinary experiences. The night ended with a spectacular one-time-only fireworks display in the skies above Lake Buena Vista. It featured lights, lasers, fountains, and a giant inflatable King Triton. Isn't that just the coolest thing you've ever seen? April 11th, 1992, the grand opening of Euro Disney aired on CBS, offering viewers a spectacular, entertainment-filled evening, as well as a special sneak preview of Euro Disney. The special was simulcast live across Europe in 5 languages and broadcast later the same day in the United States. Each country's customized broadcast was hosted by popular local celebrities, introducing entertainers from their own countries. Melanie Griffith and Don Johnson served as U.S. hosts and introduced a cavalcade of star power, including Jose Carreras, Cher, the Duchesnes, Gloria Estefan and Miami Sound Machine, the Four Tops, the Gypsy Kings, Angela Lansbury, The Temptations, and Tina Turner. The 2-hour celebration officially kicked off with children from every European country singing When You Wish Upon a Star in 5 languages, all as pastel fireworks lit up the twilight sky behind the castle. The evening concluded as the park was officially opened with Mickey Mouse throwing wide the castle doors, welcoming the world to Euro Disneyland. On April 12, 1992, Euro Disneyland officially opened its doors to the public.
I'm honored to be here today to celebrate with all of you something not even Walt Disney himself ever imagined. A Disney theme park and resort in Europe. And our best-loved characters, some created by Walt, many taken from the pages of European fairy tales, now have a magnificent new home in the heart of Europe.
Euro Disneyland is dedicated to the young and the young at heart, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration for all the world. Et maintenant, je déclare Euro Disneyland officiellement ouvert.
Visitors were warned of chaos on the roads, and a government survey indicated that 500,000 people carried by 90,000 cars might attempt to enter the complex on opening day. French radio warned traffic to avoid the area. By midday, the parking lot was approximately half full, suggesting an attendance level below 25,000. Speculative explanations range from people heeding the advice to stay away to the one-day strike that cut direct RER connection to Euro Disney from the center of Paris. There were also 2 bombs that exploded nearby power lines, suspected to be an effort to sabotage the opening. They didn't work. Once guests have left the Disneyland Paris parking lot, they must pass through the Fantasia Gardens to arrive at Disneyland Park. The Fantasia Gardens are located in front of the entrance of the park and the Disneyland Hotel. It features a central pond, a variety of pathways and garden spaces, water features, exquisite planting, thematic lights and handrails, topiaries inspired by Disney's animated concert feature Fantasia in 1940, and the likeness of Mickey Mouse portrayed in flowers, known as a floral Mickey. The original direction from CEO Michael Eisner was to make the entire Disneyland Park forecourt a large paved plaza. It was thought that so many guests moving in and out of the park and the TGV and RER stations would create a density too high for a garden space. Fortunately, Tony Baxter, the executive producer of Disneyland Paris, directed the Imagineers working on the forecourt to design something more akin to the Tivoli Gardens in Denmark. In the end, Jack Perry came up with the final concept and was sent to Mont-la-Vallée to carry it out. The Fantasia Gardens were designed to accomplish many goals: to provide ingress and egress to the Disneyland Park and Hotel, to create a place where early birds could relax before the park opened, or where guests could meet up after their visit, as well as to provide a sparkling visual jewel for people staying at the Disneyland Hotel. The Disneyland Hotel's coloration and form radically impacted the paving, lighting, and planting at all of Fantasia Gardens. The hotel itself offered a level of detailing that would easily be supported by a more whimsical theme of the Fantasia movie. The Fantasia Gardens are surrounded by a fence. Just 10 days before the grand opening of Euro Disney, Disney's security team discovered that a French political group that opposed the arrival of Disney was planning to flood the garden right before opening. In response to the news, the Imagineers designed a wrought iron fence that was forged with all speed in the United Kingdom to protect the garden from the vandalism. When viewed from above, the pond, Floral Mickey, and planters north of Floral Mickey portrayed the expression of a happy, surprised clown. Despite the fact that the Euro Disney Resort was developed on relatively flat beet farm land, the elevation of the entrance to the Fantasia Gardens is slightly higher than the rest of the resort. That's because the incorporation of the RER and TGV train lines required that guests had to rise up to the level of the track cover, constituting the raised elevations of the plaza called Disney Square, found between Festival Disney and the Fantasia Gardens. The higher elevation was a welcome design opportunity, as it allowed guests to flow downhill into the park, providing higher elevations for commanding garden entry views of the Disneyland Hotel and Floral Mickey, as well as natural elevation changes for the water that would cascade down through the natural boulder streams. According to Kodak, the view from the top of the stairway was the most photographed image in the world in 1992. The pond provides a centralized element to view over the Disneyland Hotel and Floral Mickey. It also creates a natural left and right side of approach and exiting. Within the pond, simple foaming jets were installed to maintain gentle water activity and clarity, operating low enough to not block views ahead. The central cascading water feature had to be simple in order not to compete with the other views. The original design provided two Fantasia-inspired topiaries, a dancing elephant and hippo, both spouting water into the pond. The mounded Floral Mickey sits on the central axis of the entire garden. It's tilted to make sure that the pattern is easily recognizable to the arriving guests. The Fantasia Gardens consist of a variety of pathways to and from the ticketing booths, inspired by Victorian banks, located below the Disneyland Hotel. Larger shaded gazebo outlook points were designed by Imagineer Ed Roberts, who also had a hand in the design of the Disneyland Hotel. These gazebos were provided for shaded guest rest spots and as entertainment venues for banjos and singing. Further outside of the 10-meter wide walkway and closer to the hotel, a series of depressed garden paths wind among smaller gazebos where guests may separate themselves from the heavier guest flow. Walt Disney Imagineers Ed Roberts and Stuart Bailey created 3 cabinets to hold the standard Disney movie and event posters. The 5-sided cabinets were designed to blend with the overall Victorian style and colors of the Fantasia Gardens and the Disneyland Hotel, as well as tie in nicely to the garden gazebos. The cabinets fill voids in larger paved areas while giving valuable guest entertainment information. They also provide an element that naturally causes guests to pass right or left of them, acting as a natural crowd dispenser and director. The initial hardscape, planting, lighting, and wayfinding concepts for the entire guest entry sequence, comprising of, among other things, the toll plaza, the parking lot structures, and Fantasia Gardens, were prepared by the guest entry sequence Imagineers in Glendale. The plans, outside of those concerning Fantasia Gardens, were then formalized and Frenchified by French landscape architect Bernard Cavalet of Paris. Inside the Fantasia Gardens, a second Imagineering team finalized the paving, the metalwork details, and lighting based on the initial concept approved by Disney leadership. The team worked with legendary Imagineer John Hench and included Paul Comstock, Pan Schermer, and Brett Lemon. They undertook the final planting plans along with support of the British firm Derek Lovejoy and Partners, who also landscaped the Disneyland park. The planting concept is based on a mix of evergreen, deciduous, flowering trees, shrubs, and ground covers. After passing through this area, it's time to enter the park. Well, time sure flies. We hope you're enjoying this jump from time to time with us, and if you are, please hit that like button and please subscribe for more great content. If you'd like to support this show and others, you can join the WDWNT Inner Globe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. For the perfect year to celebrate Disney parks around the world, be sure to check out Carousel of Products at carouselofproducts.com. Of course, this show is made possible by a number of staff members here at WDWNT.com, as well as a number of fantastic sources you can find on the internet. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon right here on Timekeeper.